trailers just keep rolling down the hill. Next one that we have up on deck is the newest little spot for the upcoming Star Wars movie, The Mandalorian and Grogu. Of course, this is following up on the 3-season run that The Mandalorian had on Disney+. It is the first Star Wars movie that is going to be in theaters since The Rise of Skywalker back in 2019. So it's been 7 years since Star Wars was in the theater. And it will be very interesting to see what happens when a Disney Plus property translates onto the big screen. Now, before we get into this little trailer reaction, I do have a bit of breaking news. Since we are going to be heading down this road, or should we say on the way to Mandalorian and Grogu, I will actually be endeavoring on a bit of a rewatch series. I will be re-reviewing, well, never saying, I'll be re-watching and reviewing all 24 episodes of The Mandalorian, seasons 1 through 3, and I will also be covering off the Book of Boba Fett, because of 2 reasons. 1, Mando does show up in that show, and 2, I think that show gets way too much hate, and so I want to talk about it to show off all of the good stuff and all of the good storytelling things that they did in that series. Because, you know, I think 5 years after the release of it, you know, I think cooler heads, hopefully, cooler heads have come to pass on that. And we can look at this with fresh new eyes and maybe have some nicer things to say about it. So be sure to look out for that in the weeks and months ahead before Mandalorian and Grogu drops into theaters. But with all the talking out the way, enough of the jibber jabber, it is time to check out this little spot that we have for The Mandalorian and Grogu. Let's take a look, shall we?
Sometimes we choose our path. Other times the path chooses us.
That's Sam Elliott.
Through it all, we keep pushing forward, driven by a deeper purpose, guided by an unseen force.
Nice.
The journey never gets any easier. The bond just gets harder to break. This is the way.
Only in theaters and IMAX, May 22nd.
Let's say that was a nice little spot, right there. That was a really cool spot. Made it almost seem like it was like a Budweiser or a Bud Light commercial with a Sam Elliott-esque narration, which made it almost sound like a Dodge Ram commercial as well. I really enjoyed that. I thought that was really cool, and it just shows off Mando and Grogu's bond between each other, which, like I said earlier, we are going to be examining and breaking down with my Mando rewatch and review series that will be coming in the days, weeks, and months ahead before the release of Mandalorian and Grogu. So, again, be sure to tune in to the channel for that. But I think that's going to be pretty much it for me on this one. That was my reaction to the little spot that they had for Mandalorian and Grogu for tonight's big game. Be safe out there, stay warm out there, and if you somehow find your best friend in, like, you know, through the Force, well, then that must have been the way. I can't Don't know what else to tell you. Must have been the way. And I will catch you guys next time.